Hello everybody, this is Wyatt, and you're listening to Tales Untold, the podcast that knows no bounds for the paranormal and unexplained. It's made for people who love when things go bump in the night.
Hello and welcome back to Tales Untold. I'm Erica.
I'm Wyatt.
And today we're talking about life in space.
Specifically on Mars.
Yeah. Because earlier this year?
I think just a few weeks ago they discovered some sort of rock and they found a potential biosignature thing containing organic molecules and minerals like, I don't know how to pronounce these minerals.
Yeah, there was a lot of ones that I had never even heard of.
Vivincite?
Wow.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Greigite. I don't know what any of those are, but on Earth they are associated with microbial activity. So there was or is potentially ancient microbial life. So I thought that was kind of interesting, especially since the biggest discovery I feel like in the last years is water on Mars.
Now, see, I was very proud of myself reading that article because I just read
Project Hail Mary.
Yes, Project Hail Mary. And there's a lot of science in that book. But I feel like I came off smarter. Because he explained it in a way that an average reader could understand.
I guess that's good.
Yeah, like he did a really good job of not making you feel stupid because you didn't understand
what a big word was.
Yeah, or not even, or just how things work. And he was able to explain it and then relate it to something to make it make sense. So, reading that article, I was thinking in the perspective of that book, and I was able to make sense of it.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is alien life because it's on Mars and it is alive or was alive, not on our planet, which is literally what makes it alien, right? It's not from here. So it's not a living, breathing being. It's an amoeba.
Not a sky amoeba.
Hey, maybe they're related. All right.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Why not? Aliens live in the ocean. Why not?
No.
But yeah, that's literally what it is. They're microscopic
weird little things.
Traces
of
life. So they're not even suspecting that there is currently life on Mars.
Yeah.
They're suspecting that at some point
there was life.
Correct. Which is interesting to think about because think of the Grand Canyon and stuff on Earth here. How we have all those different layers in the rocks and you can see where the water level had been at one point in time, and it slowly deteriorated, right? Because Earth is constantly changing. We're slowly shifting all over the place. We are constantly moving. We're just not going to see it in our lifetime.
Yeah.
So looking back into Mars like that is kind of like looking into the past, which is pretty neat. So I'm curious to know if we'll ever actually live on other planets in our solar system.
I don't think so. Only because it's crazy to think about, but Earth is literally in the perfect spot for us to be the way we are.
Right, but say our technology advances, right? And we're able to make these livable bubbles of Earth atmospheres on Mars, right? You know what I'm saying?
That just sounds like a disaster.
It sounds like a sci-fi movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Where these giant cities of bubbles,
Well, that is definitely if something like that ever happened, that would not be for longer than a long time.
I know. No, it probably won't be in our lifetime. I think what they're trying to do within our lifetime is just get astronauts to Mars.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's not even people able to go to Mars yet.
Right. I think that's what they're trying to do. But I wonder if at some point we're going to gain the technology to create an atmosphere. So
I don't think so. Like, that would be cool, but like that's really advanced.
Right, but it won't be able to be completely like Earth, right? So we genetically modify plants all the time, right? So why can't we genetically modify plants that can survive on Mars, which can then create an atmosphere? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then not even just the plants, use machines and technology to create livable circumstances. So it won't completely mirror Earth. Like you can't change the gravity issue.
Yeah.
I think gravity is stronger on Mars than Earth, right?
I believe so. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but gravity on Mars is 3.73 meters per second, and then gravity on Earth is 9.807 meters per second.
So it's less.
So is it like
it's so you could like it's like on the moon. You could like hop.
Okay.
So it's
I was a little confused at what
that's my understanding of what you just said.
It could either be that or the opposite.
Right, but since 9 is bigger than 3, I would imagine.
Yeah, but science is weird. Same as math.
Well, yes, but like say you dropped something, right? On Earth, it'll drop 9 something seconds
meters per second.
But say you drop something on Mars, it's going to drop 3 something per second.
Oh, so that's going to take...
So it's going to take more time to get the same distance. Therefore, it is less gravity.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Reads Project Hail Mary, now a scientist.
Right? Right? I'm telling you. Like, that book was great. That guy should be a teacher if he is not. I don't know his personal life, but, like, good job.
I'm excited to see the movie.
I don't know if I can watch the movie.
Why?
Because that book was so good.
What if the
And I already saw... It's because of the way the book was written. So the book is written from first person. So therefore, you are in this character's mind the whole time. Yes, I envisioned him as... What's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Yes, I envisioned him as him because he's literally his character. Like, I don't know if that book was written for him in mind, but wow, that was him. So, like, yes, I envisioned him as the character.
Well, I mean, usually in a book, it would be in someone's mind, right?
Well, if it's not written in first person. If it's written in third person as, like, you know, people looking from the outside. But this was written in first person. So you have all of the thoughts and the feelings happening within his head at all times in a book. In a movie, unless it's, like, narrated play by play, you're not going to understand. So I think the way they did it in the movie is a little bit different. And I don't know if I'd hate it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like it either. So I might just forego it.
I think I'm going to like it.
Oh, I think you will too. I think you will definitely enjoy it. Yes. Maybe one day I can watch it, but not until I kind of forget the book.
Ryan Gosling's probably one of my favorite actors. One of, not my favorite, but I think he's really funny.
Yeah, he is really funny. I think he will play that part well. I just don't know if I personally can watch it.
I think you should, because then you'd be able to compare.
Yeah, maybe one day. I don't know. So it's fun that the article reads life on Mars. Life found on Mars, but it's not Martians. Like
it's not people or beings.
Right.
It's
like it's
things.
not even an animal.
Yeah.
Like it's not something we can communicate with. It's not even something we can see with the naked eye. It's literally traces
of amoebas
matter. Like it's so it's hard. So Oh yeah, we got a little sidetracked. There was I wonder if one day we'll be able to create life on Mars or bring life to Mars. Because there used to be water there. So maybe in its core, there is still water.
Do we know if there's oxygen on Mars?
In some sort of quantity, I'm sure it's possible. But they don't have like the greenhouse atmosphere like Earth, where there's like that non-seeable bubble.
Oh, that's also what we're talking about. Like in the future, like creating their own atmosphere. Like say that did happen. Like I don't even know, because as of right now, like Mars, like what would happen to like people, say, like, because the sun isn't close enough, but it's not far away enough.
Well, that's what the atmosphere does. Like, our atmosphere protects us from a lot of the radiation from the sun. It allows enough in that we survive without dying.
Right.
That's why it's called the Goldilocks. You've never heard that? You've never heard it called the Goldilocks planet?
No.
What? You know the story Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
That's why I'm very confused right now.
That's what it means. Like, we don't have too much. We don't have not enough. We have just the right amount.
Oh, the porridge?
It's a Goldilocks. I forget exactly what they called it, but it's the Goldilocks planet. That's where we are. Really?
No.
What? Oh my god. What do they teach you?
Probably about the sun, not calling it a name.
Well, it's not just the sun. It's like where we are in our universe.
Yeah, like that
allows us to be the Goldilocks planet to allow life.
That's what I was saying, like earlier. Like we are in just the right spot,
which is why we called it the Goldilocks.
But Mars is not at all.
No, but if we can create that scenario. Like, we put greenhouses on Earth so that we can have fruits that are, typically seasonal to other times of the year all year round. Like, we can create a certain atmosphere for things to thrive. I'm sure one day we will figure out how to do it in space.
That would be cool.
Good and bad.
I just don't see that.
No?
Happening, no.
No? It is. I'm not saying anywhere in our lifetime.
No,
maybe
no.
like our great grandchildren.
Not even.
Kind of stuff. Like 300 years from now, maybe. But
that's a huge maybe. Mm-hmm. Like that is such a big.
If we don't kill ourselves first. I mean, I hope not. Like, we're doing some really cool stuff with technology.
Such as?
I don't know. Like we got computers in our pockets, man. We can talk to people all the way on the other side of the planet.
We've had those for a very long time.
I know, but like it's better. I'm just giving you like the small ideas that I have now. Like we are like we're trying to find, hopefully this is actually what we're doing. We're trying to find ways to like make people healthier. We're trying to cure diseases and stuff. Like if we eradicate ourselves, all of our technology is kaput. Like everything, we have to start over.
Yeah.
You know how terrible life was even 200 years ago?
Pretty bad. This is very off topic.
I mean, we're already off topic.
Do you think they have found the cure to cancer?
I'm not sure. I do typically not trust doctors because they are very quick to fix symptoms, not the problem. Oh, you have a headache? Here, have some pain meds. It's not, oh, why do you have a headache? Let's see where this pain is coming from. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying headache is like it's an example, but it's that sort of take on it. Like, oh, you have pain in your knee. All right, let's throw some pain medication at it and call it a day. Like, there are so many doctors out there that are so quick to just make your pain go away that they don't want to see what the actual problem is. And I think that a lot of people do that. Like, even just people in general.
Mm.
They're like, oh, it's just a backache. It's fine. Like, no, actually, you herniated your disc 3 years ago and you never did anything about it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, putting a Band-Aid on something isn't the same as, like, actually fixing it.
Yeah.
So, whether or not we actually can cure cancer at this point, I'm not sure. I'm sure we're close to it. But I definitely think that we are much better at putting Band-Aids on things than actually finding a solution.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
I think there's a possibility that they did. Because, like, if you think about it, like, treatment for cancer earns people a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, treatment for...
And, like, cancer is, like, one of the biggest things. So, like, if they just drop a cure, all that money...
But think of it this way. If they did find a cure for cancer, what's to keep them from charging literally an arm or a leg in order to sell that?
Nothing, but that would be a one-time purchase for the... But, like, treatment, like, you just...
Yeah, but who's to say you can't get another cancer?
What, the cure to cancer gives you another type of cancer?
No. I mean, like, say you have lung cancer, right?
Right.
They cure your lung cancer, but then you get thyroid cancer. You still need that cure for cancer. So, yes.
So you're saying it wouldn't be like a universal cancer?
I'm saying it won't prevent cancer. So, I mean, yes, we do actually have some vaccines that can prevent a certain type of cancer. That's actually a thing.
That's cool.
So, but it's only that specific type of cancer that it's preventing. It's not all cancer. It's not, all ailments. It's not everything. It's not a blanket.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like, it kind of doesn't make sense that they would be holding it back because it won't cost, like, it won't gain them any money. But I see what you're saying. But the thing is like, if you're going to get cancer, you can get multiples of cancer.
Yeah.
And then think of how many people on the earth are going to get cancer or have gotten cancer that you can cure and then continue to treat again and again.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they can still make money off of it, but maybe not as much.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the problem here is that we shouldn't, we're going political here, but we shouldn't be, nobody should get profit from selling pharmaceuticals. Like, it's literally a human need.
I don't think medicine should be as expensive as it is or even cost anything.
Well, I mean, it has to cost something because it comes from somewhere, but
not as much as it.
That's what I'm saying. There should not,
like 3 pills is
right. There should not be a profit, and there should not be, it shouldn't be a market. Like, it should just be. Like, why do we have medical insurance but still have to pay money for medical bills and stuff? Like, it doesn't make sense. But we've gone political.
We got sidetracked.
Very much. But that whole medical stuff makes me angry.
Previous discoveries on Mars.
Turn it around.
There was the Curiosity rover. It detected significant organic molecules, including carbon chains up to 12 atoms long. These carbon chains were in ancient Martian mudstone, if that's a real thing.
Well, it's kind of like rocks on Mars. That's really all that just says.
These molecules could be from past life or formed through no biological process. And then Allen Hills 84001 meteorite. In 1996, a meteorite from Mars was once thought to contain microbial fossils, but most scientists now believe the features resulted from non-biological process.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Non-biological process? So does that mean it was put there?
That's kind of what it seems like.
It seems like it's just saying that instead of it being signs of microbial life, it's like just a reaction between different elements, like rust.
Yeah.
Like it's an oxidation of metal. Maybe that's what they're talking about, where like they thought it was a reaction of life, but in reality it was just different materials reacting to each other.
Mm.
Which sounds like life to me, but not a scientist.
The most interesting to me is water on Mars.
Mm-hmm.
It's primarily in the form of ice in the polar regions, which when I was researching, I had learned that there's polar regions, which made me have a theory, which I'll get into a little bit later. So in the polar regions, like I said, and as a very salty, briny flows that appear seasonally on hillsides.
It would have to be heavily salted water, because otherwise it would be frozen. Like it change. So the salt in the water changes the density.
Yeah.
And its freezing point, as well as melting point. Yes, melting point. So because it doesn't have an atmosphere, therefore its temperatures aren't similar to Earth. The salt is there to keep the water.
Yeah.
And because there's water, there has to be some sort of microbial life.
Does there?
Yeah. Like water is the basis of life. Like without water, everything dies. Like without hydrogen and oxygen, there's nothing.
So why would there need to be something else besides water?
What do you mean?
Like, you said since there's water, there's got to be something else. Why does there have to be?
There has to be life?
Why does there have to be life, though? Why can't it just be
Because there's water.
I know, but...
Have you ever left something wet somewhere? Like say a towel. Let's say a wet towel.
All right.
And then, like, say you left it sitting on your floor. And then you picked it up in a couple days and, like, it smells funky.
Mm.
That's life. That's mold. That's microbial life. Or, like, you left a cup of water around, right?
Yeah.
It takes a long time. But, like, eventually mold grows. Or eventually, like, that water gets funny, like, little stuff in the bottom.
Yeah.
And, like, it turns weird. That is life.
Mm.
That is the life that they're talking about on Mars. So they're not talking about animals wandering around climbing trees. Like, they're not talking about life as we can see it. They're talking about microscopic life. Which is wild to think that microbial things can just, like, appear out of nowhere. Like, that boggles my brain just as much as time does. But
time shouldn't boggle your brain since it's fake.
Well, the thing about time for me is that, like, if you go out into space and then you come back, more time has passed on Earth than it has while you've been gone.
Yeah.
That is the kind of time that hurts my head. I'm reading a lot of books lately where time has been a factor, and it's like it hurts a little bit. But so the fact that they are finding even evidence of microbial life on Mars is not strange to me.
Mm.
Because each of the planets have not always been where they are now.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was somewhere else where it had more of a potential, or maybe it was further or closer to the sun at one point, so therefore the water was able to thrive better for a certain amount of time, even if it was 1,000 years. Like, it grew and then it left its traces. So it's neat, for sure.
There's also evidence to suggest that liquid water, such as ancient riverbeds and lake beds, once flowed freely across the Martian surface billions of years ago. This is when Mars had a thicker atmosphere, and there was recent data that indicates significant reservoirs of water trapped deep within the Martian crust. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is really cool. So all the more reason that one day we're going to find a way to thicken that atmosphere again and perhaps bring life to Mars.
What about instead of changing the atmosphere, what if we adapted to the atmosphere?
That would take so long.
So wouldn't...
Because, like, if a person stepped on Mars right now, took off their astronaut suit, they would die.
Do we know that?
Yeah, that's why we haven't been there. Well, and because it costs a lot of money to get there.
Because we can't get there.
Well, like, we can... we can get there. We have probes on Mars right now. So, like,
getting a
we
robot
can
there
get
is...
stuff there.
Getting a robot and such there is different than getting an entire space crew of humans there, because that's organic life and matter. Yeah. But a robot is just parts. So
yeah, but there's also, like, little to no atmosphere. So it would be like going into space and taking off your astronaut suit in space. Outside of your shuttle. You will die.
Well, I mean, there is a chance, I feel like, if someone were to go on Mars, like, right now, and take off their helmet, they would not die.
No, they would. There's no oxygen.
How do we know?
There's no atmosphere. Because we have probes there.
I thought you had said because there's water, that means there's hydrogen and oxygen.
Correct. But that doesn't mean they're breathable. That doesn't mean there's enough of it to breathe. There's nothing to keep it there.
That we know of.
So there's no greenhouse effect. There's no atmosphere outside of Mars to keep it in a protective bubble and to keep it at a level that makes it breathable. Because there's probably other chemicals in the air that will kill us too. Ammonia, there's probably phosphorus, all kinds of stuff that will burn our lungs and freeze us at the same time. And it'd be really awesome.
That does not sound awesome.
No, it does not. Sounds like a bad death.
So, the possible thicker atmosphere that Mars likely possessed is comparable to Earth, which would have been warm enough to support liquid water.
Mm.
So, I had a theory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is really outlandish, but what if... I mean, not necessarily us, but like us as humans came from Mars, because Mars is very similar to Earth. Like, it looks like an apocalyptic version of Earth. When you look at it, you see the polar region, you see like different like...
So, in order for that theory to hold up, we would have had to have had the technology to come to Earth. And
That's
if we
true.
did, why do we no longer have it?
I didn't think about that. Because, like, my thought was, like, we came from Mars to Earth, and then, like, that's how the dinosaurs got knocked out.
Mm.
But then what would have happened to all the spacecrafts and stuff?
Yeah. Like, and it wouldn't have been rock. Like, what did we do? Travel in rocks? Like, was Mars a spaceship? Not a planet? Like, it's...
Yeah.
Because right when you said I have a really outlandish theory, my brain came up with the image of a planet with, like, rockets on it, and, like, they're using a planet. This is outlandish. And they're using the planet as, like, their spaceship to travel through space. That is outlandish. Because I was thinking, like, okay, if billions of years ago it had liquid water, like waterfalls, that's what I'm picturing. Waterfalls and, like, this pretty scenic area, right?
Yeah.
If that were the case, why does it no longer? Like, how did it get there? If it's in a spot in the solar system where it's capable of supporting life, why is it no longer?
I don't know.
So if we destroyed that atmosphere like we did, like we're doing now, why is there no memory of it in some form? Why is there no, like, why did we start out so primitive for so long if we had the ability to travel through space? Or even a fraction of the technology we have now? Like, we would have had to have gone through space, our ancestors obviously is the we, to get through space with, water, food, the actual spaceship to leave their atmosphere and enter ours without dying.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense now that I think about it.
No. So, if you want to play that card and say that there was a third party involved that transported us, noticed that we were a primitive, not so thriving culture on Mars, and was like, hey, I can give you a new home, and plopped us here on Earth. Adam and Eve.
I was gonna mention like biblical stuff, like Noah's Ark and stuff. Like, what if that stuff like happened on Mars?
Yeah. Well,
that wouldn't make sense because there has been like biblical stuff found here, like on Earth.
I do we've talked about this before. A lot of cultures have a lot of similar elements, like a massive flood. There are so many cultures that claim there was a massive flood. And you know what? I think there was. I think that after the Ice Age was ending, there was a huge influx of water.
That damn squirrel.
Right? What was his name?
Scrat.
I was going to call him Carl. That's a little close. The sound. Yeah, so there was that big influx of melting ice. So yes, there was a flood, and I'm sure the weather got weird, right? Because you have the cold air meeting some hot air. So therefore, you're going to have massive rains, massive storms, huge winds, all kinds of crazy stuff happening.
Yeah.
And how else are they going to explain it without the knowledge of science? Gods. So there are all these people across the world that are experiencing the same thing, but they're using their own gods to interpret it.
I think the story of Noah's Ark is pretty interesting.
I think it's relatively true.
I think there's like quite a bit of the biblical stuff that
is based in fact.
Yeah.
For sure. For like things that were happening at the time that it was written.
Yeah.
Or like stories that were told orally that were eventually written down. I'm sure that a lot of it was based in fact at some point. And I'm sure it'll line up with something along the way. Which is neat. Like, I'm not religious in any way, but history is interesting to me. That is neat.
I want to read like the first Bible, like that was like
that no longer exists.
Yeah.
Well, the Vatican might have one that they won't let you touch, but they might have one.
Because like I don't want to like read like a newer one because it's been changed over time. I want to read like the original writings
written in Latin. That'd be cool.
Well, I can't read Latin, but
but I doubt it. Well, yeah, no, it probably doesn't exist any longer. But yeah, that would be neat. I agree. That'd be cool. It'd be cool to like even look at it.
That'd be a primary source.
Yes. But no, it no longer exists in that form. It's been translated, rewritten.
Well, I guess let's see.
Redone so many times. I think the 12 commandments themselves are as close as you're going to get. Because it's not even the oldest religion. Well, we definitely veered off topic of life on Mars a little bit. It'd be interesting if aliens were involved in our ancestors like that. It's a fun fact.
It would definitely be interesting. It'd be kind of strange. But
I know a lot of people believe that humans aren't from Earth. They think that pareidolia is a reason that we are not from Earth. where, you know, we see see human faces in places that there isn't one.
Yeah.
But honestly, how long have we been hunting each other? Like, how long have we been going to war? We had ninjas, man. Like, we had assassins. We have been attacking each other, I'm sure, since we could.
So what are you saying?
Move. I'm saying that we have pareidolia to protect ourselves from ourselves.
So you're saying because we've been viewing other humans for so long, we've just grown the fear.
Yes. And I came to this conclusion.
That's interesting.
Because I was driving and my hair was in a bun or something, and like it was doing a thing in my rearview mirror, like flapping in the wind, and I thought someone was in my back seat. But it was just my hair. And then I was like, you know what? We are afraid of each other. We have been hunting each other for so long that, you know what? Yes, we adapted for the pareidolia to see faces and things because we're afraid of each other. Not because there's a creature that's similar to us that, you know, is hunting us. We are hunting ourselves. That's crazy. Wild. But we definitely veered off topic here.
So, you know how everything is in its right place? Like, everything is just so perfectly aligned. Like, everything works as a system. Like...
Define everything.
The Earth.
Like the ecosystem and stuff? Or you mean the Goldilocks?
Yeah, like...
Okay.
The Earth is the perfect distance away from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth is the perfect distance away from the moon. Or vice versa. And then, like, everything on Earth, like, everything works as a system. Like, food chains, plant growth, just anything. Like, there's different seasons. Like, everything just coincides with each other.
Okay.
How peculiar is this? Like, everything just works, and there's no... Like, yes, there's science to back it up, but there's no real root of an explanation, if you know what I mean.
So you're looking for a brain behind why these things happen?
Not entirely. What if we are in a simulation?
I hope not, because I want to respawn.
Now, I think we should save this for next week's episode, but I think this is a very interesting conspiracy theory. I'm not necessarily a believer in it, but I think it's interesting to talk about.
It's definitely an interesting thought, a simulation. I hope not.
Join us next time on Tales Untold. I'm Wyatt.
I'm Erica.
Thanks for listening.